Just to say before I start, I sympathise with all the women who lost children in the mother baby homes and don't know where the children are because of these nuns and these churches who try and dictate the country's way. And I apologise to all the women. I'm a bit harsh on the church. I'm going to be very harsh on the church actually. I'm not going to take any shite from them. So let's just get started. So the Catholic Church. Where should I start? These mother and baby homes were cruel. They were cruel. These nuns and Christian brothers were cruel. There's no other word to describe it. Nazi occupied camps would be better. Gulags would be better. But these were cruel people who literally took babies and put them into sewers. Dead babies and threw them into sewers. Sell the babies too. They used to sell the babies to the Catholic Church. And the one instance that I sympathise with the people at Trim, because they, as I have my phone here and I got a message a few minutes ago, somebody from the Irish Times, and they said Trim people want to speak out and their voices are not being heard. And that's what he texts me. And I said, no problem, because they will be heard, because I take on the Catholic Church. I'm not afraid of Rome. I'm not afraid of them Calvinists who are sitting there with the big fat wallets. I'm not afraid of them. I'm not afraid to stand up to the church. The church meant something years ago, but the church doesn't mean anything now. And they certainly don't to me, for all the suffering these women are going through. God knows how many babies are buried in this site in Trim. They estimate about 700 nearly. That's how much they estimate here. 700. Then the church, and they're still buried down. The church doesn't give a damn about it. I'm really not happy. And this is one thing I've been watching for a long time, and I never said anything about it. But the reason why I never said anything about it is I didn't want to offend anybody or offend any of the women. But I'm going to stand up for the women and them families and the Trim, people in Trim. Because the Catholic Church is dead wrong. They shouldn't be paying them a fortune, these poor mothers who lost their babies in infancy, and they've been buried in this, not even death sort of ending for them. They're just flung into a grave, into the sewers, sewered away, even some of them, these people. God knows what they've done with the babies. And the Catholic Church, they wanted the evil, pure evil. I'm not going to take up for any cardinal. I'm not going to take up for any priest. I know we used to go to say, don't pray every priest and every nun with the one brush. There's some good nuns and there's some bad nuns. But the majority of them are bad. I know a good few good nuns who are really good people, and there should have been more like them years ago. Because this church, the Catholic Church, ruled out with an iron fist and thought they could get away with everything. And this is an example. This reporter said be a mess. Because the people at Trim are afraid. They're afraid. They're literally afraid to take on the might of the Catholic Church. I'm saying to the Catholic Church, you come to me. You take me on. See what happens. Because I won't stand down. I won't let you shut me up. And I would never let you do like... And you talk about running hospitals again in this country. We will not let you near a hospital, any nun or any priest. There should be one out of the country, the ones who done this. There's some still alive, I bet you. There's one or two nuns, I bet you, they're evil cunts, who are living on big fat wallets, who buried some of these children, who didn't even tell their mothers they were dead, and maybe even sold them off their family, some of them. And then orphaned them away, some of the mothers. I swear to God, there's one mothers and fathers, there's one mother I know, who's looking for a child nearly 35 years, because of these nuns. These nuns sent them off somewhere, and God knows where we got sent off to. And this poor mother's still searching, hoping that someday maybe she'll find it before she dies. And the nuns sit there, sit, and look at her. And more or less said, what do you want us to do about it? And I tell them, I'm going to tell you, if I ever see that nun who said that to that woman, I'm going to say to them, yous are supposed to be representing God. Yous are now supposed to be representing the Soviet Union or something. Because yous are nearly Soviets yourself. You put people, this was gulags. This were nearly gulags for these people. Poor mothers. And these babies. Firing them into graves. How much disrespect these have to have. My good God. Is this country ever going to... That's what I'm taking up for these poor people in Trim with the mothers. Because the Catholic Church is pure evil. Evil. There's still Calvinists in the Vatican. There's people in the hierarchy in Dublin who are old members of the church. They know stuff that we don't know. They know that people, they say they allegedly covering up for bishops and Calvinists, still abusing children. I bet you any money. Because this country, I'm happy that the church is separated from the state. I'm dead happy. Because that's the one thing I hate more than anything else. I hate the Catholic Church for what they've done to this country. This is a pure example. What kind of evil people throw children in the sewers? Explain. Somebody explain. If anybody can explain, I give you a medal. Because I can't, in any mind, see a white person throwing a dead baby into a sewer and then fire them into big holes with about 300 more babies. What kind of a church does that? What kind of a society lets that away? What kind of a society lets the church off with this? We're letting them off. We are not they should be paying these poor people money. They should give them, I know it's hard to activate the side with this amount of bodies, but they should, at least the church, give them a bit of money and at least something. So they can at least have a little burial for the poor children who they lost. Instead of just flinging them into a grave. And this is simply this is simply the devil's work. These people who done this in the mother and baby homes, they should, if they're still alive, they should be taken out and shot. That's really simple as that. Because this is pure what the Nazis used to do, what the Soviets used to do. They used to put them in the concentration. This was more or less concentration camps. The church were more or less the Nazis and the Soviets. Here and now, back years ago. Not now. At least, thanks to God, there's no such thing as mother and baby homes. But it was, I blame the state back then. Why did they not get balls? That's one thing they should have got. At least I have the balls here. Nobody else has the balls really to stand up to the church. And I couldn't blame the mothers because if they'd done that to your children, it used to be heartbroken. I understand. I totally understand. But you meet a voice, you meet a politics. My own captain supported the time the Pope came to Ireland outside Owls in Newton, and she hold him by the elbow. And told him about the mother and baby homes. Told him in front of the president and his wife there. And they looking into him, more or less saying, this is not the time and this is not the place. More or less, just to make sure he wasn't getting away. Because she wasn't finished. And she said every last word, he wasn't going anywhere. And I might have captured Sabone. At least I have some decent minister in the government who's able to stand up. I know she's well into the Trim and fighting for the people for Trim. The poor babies that are buried there. She's well, and there's more like it. There's tons more like it. This is only one, but this is the weirdy thing. That the church are just pushing them away, trying to forget about it. That's what they're trying to do. And the people of Ireland, especially the people who suffered abuse, should not let the church bully us around. This is our generation, right? We're not going to let the church fuck it up like they did in the last generation. Mentioning people in Mass, during Mass, who didn't pay up to the church. What kind of a religion does that? Because that's more or less what they have in some other foreign countries. And this country was suffered by the church. Heavily suffered because of the church. We should not let them away with it again. We should never let them away with it. Because this is unhuman. And we should get these babies out of the ground and into a proper burial place. Where these poor people can grieve. And they can go and at least to have somewhere to mourn their poor babies that they lost. Because the Catholic Church obviously doesn't want that.